I know you love to study habits and behavior patterns. I'm curious, is there certain things that you think everyone needs who's embarking on change? I mean, I think most of us are trying to change something at some time,
Yep.
probably all the time. Probably one thing we've always wanted to change and we keep chasing. So maybe we can get into why we chase things and never change them, and then what are the habits that are necessary.
Yeah. Again, this is a big topic.
Yeah.
And I will have to speak in somewhat generalities because people are different, right? There's a
Yeah.
quote I love from the Buddhist teacher Ajahn Chah, and he says, someone asked him, like, why do you tell one student one thing and another student something else? He's like, look, if I see somebody walking down the road and they're on the far right and they're about to fall in a ditch, I yell, go left, go left. If I see someone else who's on the far left of the road about to fall in the ditch on the left, I yell, go right, go right. Right. So we're going to need different things. And depending on what we're trying to change, right? Like building a daily meditation habit is a whole different thing than giving up heroin.
Right.
Right. These are different things. But there are some things that I think are, broadly speaking, good rules. And we touched on them a little bit. I mean, the first is, what am I doing and why? And what are my competing priorities?
What am I doing and why? And what are my competing priorities? That seems like an uncomfortable question.
Well, it's a totally uncomfortable question, but it's a critical one, because that is, we often are of two minds, right? I want to eat healthy, but I also really like eating ice cream while I watch TV with my partner in the evening, right? Those are competing priorities. We've got to call out that ambivalence, I think, right? We've got to sort of take it head on, and we've got to say, okay, well, which is more important, and what is driving that one? It's like the same, if we look at getting sober, right? There's a point where to pretend that I'm not having strong and serious cravings to use is a mistake. They're there. So why? What's going on? What else might I be able to do? So there's real clarity on why and what my competing priorities. The next thing I would say is, generally, specificity is your friend. There's a world of difference between, I want to get in better shape. You can move that to, I'm going to get in better shape by running. Okay, better. I'm going to get in better shape by running Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're really getting there. I'm going to get in better shape by running Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. And even better to be like, and I'm going to do it at the local park near me. Because every bit of ambiguity is an opportunity for us to procrastinate. It's an opportunity for us not to do it. Everything I've got to figure out makes it is energy that I could be putting into doing it, into figuring out when I'm going to do it or what I'm going to do, right? Meditation at times for me is really challenging. And the reason it's really challenging is I know about 50 different ways to do it.
That's so true.
Right? So I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to do a guided meditation? Am I going to sit? Okay, if I'm going to just sit by myself, am I going to just do breath practice? Or do I want to do open awareness? Or no, maybe I should work on that koan I was working on with the Zen teacher, right? All that just is a way that often I won't even get to it. Or I'll spend the entire meditation trying to figure out what I'm doing, right? We all have our versions of this, right? And so specificity is our friend. But this is where context is really important, because if your life is really chaotic, you're only going to be able to get so specific. Meaning, you might say, I want to meditate every morning at 7:15, and that's my plan. But 3 days a week at 7:15, the world blows up because some child needs something you didn't expect.
Right.
So for people like that, we have to have we have to be very flexible and adaptable. But in general, if we can be specific and we have a plan and a schedule, that's better. And then another one for me that's really critical to staying with habits is, I say a little bit of something is better than a lot of nothing. Right. So I plan to go to the gym for an hour after work. And at 5 minutes before I was going to leave, my boss comes walking in and says, I need to talk with you for something. And we talk for 20 minutes. And now I only have 35 minutes to exercise. Many, many of us are going to go, forget it. Just don't do it. It's way better that we do something, because that helps keep the habit alive. All right, I can't, it doesn't make sense for me to drive to the gym and then drive home when I've only got 20 minutes while I'm going to be there. So, you know what? I'm just going to walk for the next 20 minutes and do 20 push ups, right? A little bit of something is better than nothing. It keeps the habit alive.